What's up guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're taking a quick look at the gripgear Movie Maker 2 set. This is basically an electronic and manual slider designed specifically for small cameras as well as smartphones, and this thing will allow you to capture some great B-roll on a budget. I'm going to unbox it and give you my first impressions coming up next. Alright, so let's take a quick look at what's included in the Movie Maker 2 set. You got a manual, you got a remote, it's infrared, controls the speed as well as direction of the slider. You've got a time-lapse head which sort of attaches to the side here. It's a little wonky to get connected, but once you get it clipped on, it's pretty straightforward. You get a smartphone mount which would accommodate most size phones, I would imagine. Definitely not a tablet, but includes a 1/4-20 on the bottom. You have a standard micro USB cable and a ball head. The ball head sort of drops into the slider and then you can lock it in, and this is what you would mount the smartphone clip to or the camera directly. Then you've got the actual center rail support, I guess is what this is called. It's got a 1/4-20 on the bottom, so you can mount that to a tripod, and then the rails attached to the center post. So these rails have legs which sort of swivel around, and they've got some like talon-like arms that extend, and you can control the tension of these arms. So you can sort of position this in a number of different ways. It includes 1/4-20s on each end, so you can mount it that way as well for additional support. Now that you've seen what's inside the box, let me just spend the rest of the video giving you my first impressions and take on the Movie Maker 2 set. So I really like this kit because it's affordable. It's probably the cheapest motorized gimbal that you can find. It's just about $100 to $130, depends on Amazon, but I'll include a link to the product below in the description if you want to check it out. But it's got a bunch of great features. It's got a remote, it's infrared, it can be hit or miss at times depending on the angle because the sensor is on one side, so you just have to be aware of that. It's mostly plastic, so in terms of how durable it is, I can't comment on that right now, but I would say it definitely needs to be treated with care. You can't just sort of toss this thing around. For my purposes, I'm going to do more videos like this where, you know, it's a slow sort of, I'm just adding motion to my videos instead of a static fixed shot. And I think this thing will do wonders for that. It's also powered via USB. It's got a battery inside. I think that it lasts about 2 hours, but you can also power it for as long as you need with an external battery. You can also use it in manual mode, so you don't even need to use the motorized part of it. You can just use it as a manual slider. But what I'll note is the center rail where the two rails connect, there's a bit more friction when you're sliding it manually. That'll prevent you from getting some silky smooth shots, and I would say this thing is better equipped to just run in the motorized mode. Another thing to note is that this slider is not quiet. It is noisy, and you don't want to include audio with your shots. It also supports larger cameras like my Panasonic G7. I don't know if a full frame camera would work well on this slider, but for my purposes and for the cameras and gear that I have, it's great for me. So those are my takes on the Movie Maker 2 set. If you found this video helpful, hit that like button below, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching.